Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I have worked at IRS for 10 years, a decade. I've been in private practice now for how long? 4 decades. I've been doing this for 50 years. I have a whole team of former IRS agents on my staff. Many of you have come to me by all my national news broadcast. You can look at all my videos and my team at 777irs.com, 777irs.com. I do these videos for 3 reasons. A, so you don't get ripped off. 2, if anyone's telling you anything different than I am, they're lying to you. They don't know what they're doing. There's a lot of people in this space that have no idea. They're reading scripts, they're professing, and they like to sell themselves, but at the end of the day, I know they're full of crap. But anyway, you're welcome to ask me questions, leave me comments. I'm trying to give you insider information when I can about the Internal Revenue Service, so you can I can help you with your case if need be. I want to talk to you today about tax amnesty, and does it really exist in the form that you think it does? I've been doing this a long time, and every now and then someone brings up an old term. Is there such a thing as tax amnesty? And the word is no. There is no such thing as, at least IRS state tax amnesty. IRS had a program in the year 2000 called Compliance 2000 that was something like this, but it really doesn't exist today. Tax amnesty in its final form is you trying to settle your debt through what's called an offer and compromise. That's the IRS Tax Debt Forgiveness Program. That's exactly how IRS will work with you and forgive you of your debt. So if you're thinking tax amnesty and you want to find out someone to hire or what you need to know, other than us. By the way, I taught the Offer and Compromise program at IRS. Peter Salinger and myself probably, I don't know, have worked 3,000 cases just in the offer scope alone. But just so you know, you want to look up Offer and Compromise. An Offer and Compromise allows you to settle your debt based on certain criterias. And since I taught that program, let me just tell you a little about it. IRS focuses two things that they want to look at. A, they want to look very specifically at your income, and they want to look at your expenses. They want to make sure you're living within the standards that IRS wants. You want to know what those standards are? You can go ahead and Google them. Say hello to Rory the Wonder Dog. You can Google them at IRS National Standards for Housing and Utilities, IRS National Standards for housing, for food and clothing, IRS National Standards for car payments, IRS National Standards for operating car. IRS will dictate to you what those expenses are going to be. If you're falling out of those, you're going to have a hard time for the offer and compromise. The other thing they're going to look for is your assets. If you have more liquidity in your assets to pay the tax, IRS is not going to go ahead and settle your debt. IRS settles debt for people who do not have the money to pay the tax. IRS has a pre-qualifier tool. I think you go to irs.gov, but pre-qualifier tool for the offer and compromise. That's a good place to start. The other thing you should know, people call around, and many people call this phone and they lose so much money because they're paying thousands of dollars to people who are selling them a bunch of crap. And, oh, I can settle your debt, this person. There is a very specific formula in which you have to, okay, Lori, let me finish up here, and then you can get in the picture. But anyway, at the end of the day, the only 3 people who are licensed, okay, to settle your debt with IRS are either enrolled agents, CPAs, or attorneys. If you're not dealing with one of those 3 people, you're not going to legally be able to settle your debt because those are the only 3 licensed. What these companies do, they put salespeople and upfront people to find out what they can collect from you. They take notes, and once you sign up, they send it to the back office in hopes an offer and compromise through tax amnesty can go through. That's not how you do this. If you want to real tax amnesty and you want an offer and compromise, you need to send the financial statement that IRS is going to look at that will allow you this tax amnesty to go through. And that's the 433A OIC. For instance, if you call us, we don't take any money until I know you're eligible. I would want to look at your 433A OIC. Maybe about 1 out of 20 people that call me are actually eligible for this so-called tax amnesty or the offer and compromise. So anyway, at the end of the day, if you think you're eligible, and you're really, by the way, if you don't owe a lot of money, do the damn offer yourself. You don't have to pay a company thousands of dollars to do your offer. If you owe up to 20 or 30,000, give it a shot yourself. But if you owe serious tax debt to IRS, you're crazy to think you're going to get your offer to go through on your own, and you're even crazier to do this unless you know what these standards are that IRS is going to ask for. Anyway, I gave you all I can. I've worked 10,000 cases. If you need me, you can find me below. If not, then good luck with whatever you're doing. God bless you.